One thing that's important as a creative is to really learn how to nurture your creativity. Sometimes people think that the arts are this completely mystical art that nobody knows where it comes from. And although I think it's uncertain why some of us feel or are able to translate our feelings into sound and others can't, managing it isn't as much of a mystery. So what I mean by this is, particularly when we're hitting walls and we feel like we're stuck on something, one habit that a lot of artists have is they just keep sitting and trying to pound out that same idea, just keep running up and hitting that wall again, hitting the wall. So one thing I find it helpful to do is if you're hitting that wall, just recognize that something isn't working in that moment. That doesn't mean that your idea is not good. It doesn't mean that you're not going to finish that idea. It just means that you need some more stimulation. You need to find something else to bring into your world to give you some more information to maybe start and sprout a new idea from or develop the current idea. One thing I like to do is if I'm feeling like I've hit a wall with a piece of music is I just stop. I stop what I'm doing. I recognize that I'm feeling a little stuck. And instead of getting down on myself and saying, I'm not a good songwriter, this song sucks, I stay away from any forms of judgment. I just realize that maybe my gas tank is empty and I'm running on fumes. So one thing that's great to do is to get outside and take a walk. Sunlight is great, vitamin D, just the visual stimulations, the sound stimulations. Being out of the environment that you keep cycling in is a great idea. Sometimes I'm on a walk, when I burn out on something, I'll be midway in the walk, all of a sudden an idea just comes to me. One of the important points is that obviously something's not working, right? So it often means that our gas tank is low on fuel. We need to not just keep running on fumes, but to take a pause and refill things. And sometimes when I'm on a walk, I find it's a great time that gives me clarity to think about what I'm doing. I've stepped away from my instrument, from the studio, so I'm just wandering around, and sometimes the idea just comes right to me. Now, when I head back to the studio, I have a fresh outlook and approach. At least I could sit down and start and know that I've broken the cycle of repeating over and over again what didn't work. This is just one of many different approaches that you may have to try when you're dealing with a moment of writer's block.